Recently, I was approached by this client and she wanted me to come up with something nice and simple makeup banner for her shop. Hello everyone, my name is Benjamin and welcome back to the studios of BlabenSolutions. So in today's video, I will be walking you guys through a step-by-step process on how I came about with this design. But before I kickstart with the video, if this is your first time in here, this is BlabenSolutions and we create stunning and amazing video tutorials like this. So if you find this channel interesting, please why don't you go ahead and smash the subscribe button and make sure to turn the bell icon to all so you don't miss out anytime I release new videos. If you're already a part of this amazing family, thank you so much for showing up once again, and I really appreciate you so much. Having nothing more to say, why don't you come along with me into the world of Photoshop and let's start making beautiful designs. Welcome back guys. So in front of you are the resource files I'll be using for today's design. These are images that I downloaded from Google and that of FreePic. I do not have rights to them, so they are for educational purpose. If you need access to them, I'll place a link to it in the description below so you could download and follow along the step-by-step design process. So just as we said, these are the text files. Nothing serious, nothing plenty, just something simple, and we are good to go. So quickly, let's jump into the world of Photoshop and let's start our design. So I have actually worked on my dimensions. The client actually wants 4 by 3 feet, and you know in Photoshop we don't have feet as a unit of measurement, so I used inches, and 12 inches makes 1 feet. So you just quickly go ahead, let's cut down the talking and let's redo this over again. So quickly, let's input the dimensions over here. So 12 inches makes 1 feet, so we're going to do 3 by 4 feet. So the width is 4 feet, so I'm going to multiply 4 by 12, so 4 times 12 over here, and I just hit the tab key, and 3 by 3 times 12. You could actually multiply this on your handheld devices, or you could calculate it before and put in the figures over here. So remember, the unit of measurement is always in inches, as I have it over here. And with the resolution, I'll be working in 150 pixels per inch, so that is that. And I'll just apply a name over here, and since we are done, just move on and hit create. Over here, what we are going to be doing is to apply or add a gold gradient on this canvas. So quickly, I'm going to come to my adjustment layer and choose a gradient. Well, if you have a list of gradient files, you could just go through them and see which one works best for you. But I have some here. I don't know which one to even go with because they are a lot. But I think I'll go with this one. And I'm going to hit OK. OK. Now, the other thing I'll be working on is to quickly grab my rectangle tool, which is over here. And I'm going to click it this way. And I'll be drawing. And I don't need the radius, so I'm going to turn the radius off. If you can have, or if you can find this over here, I'm using Photoshop CC 2019. So to get the property panel over here, just head on to your Windows tab and scroll or search through till you see property. So let's move on to the P part, and that is the property. Make sure you click on it, and automatically you're going to have the property tools over here. So I'm actually going to round the border, the corner edges of this guy, the shape that we have over here. So Control T to do that, and I'm going to bring this guy over here, and I'm going to drag him over there this way. Let's drag him up, and quickly let's go to our properties panel, and I only want to do that for this part and this part. So I'm going to unchain these guys, and I'm going to click and drag them this way. So that is 998. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, so 998 worked. So I'm going to just hide it, and I'm going to drag it back down this way. So now that we are done with the background, I'm just going to click both layers, hold my shift key whilst I click this layer, and Control G to group them, and I'm going to name this guy BG, that is background. So quickly, I'm just going to now work on the image that I have. So first of all, I have this nice looking gorgeous lady. I'm gonna hold and drag that lady over here. Okay, so there we have it. I'm gonna just click and make this, enlarge this image. Right click and change the orientation. So horizontal, I'm gonna just drag and place this image over here. Still click and drag and make it big. What I'm going to do is to clip mask the image to this shape. So quickly, let me reopen my BG and drag the image layer inside the BG, and I'm going to clip mask the image onto the shape. So right click on this and let's choose create clipping mask. I think I like it this way. So what I'm going to be doing is to add the vector mask layer attached to the image. So just come over here and click the add vector mask. And I'm going to head over to my tools panel and select my brush tool. So I have a full tutorial on how to work with the vector mask. So make sure to check the description for the tutorial, or check up here and you see the link to the tutorial. So quickly, let's move on. So with my brush tool selected, I'm going to make sure the foreground color is set to black, and I have selected the vector mask layer over here. So quickly, I'm just going to come over this side and click and clear. Now that we have this out of the way, the next thing to do is to quickly grab some of my shape icons. Sorry, some of my shape tools. I actually want the rounded rectangle tool. So right click on the tool and select that of the rounded rectangle tool. So I'm just going to draw in some, some shapes. Something this way, and I want the edges to be round a bit, so that is it. 10 is okay, and I'm going to turn the border stroke off. Let me change the color so we can see what we are actually doing. Okay, so that is it. So I'm going to quickly go on and duplicate these shapes so many times so I'm satisfied, and I will get back to you guys shortly. All right, guys, so welcome back from that, and what I'll be doing next is to clip mask most of the images that I have over the shapes in here. So quickly, I'm just going to drag the image over here. So with this image, let's click and drag her on top of the, so I didn't select the shape. I should have selected the shape first. So let me select this shape, and quickly let me drag this image over here. So let's right click and choose create clipping mask. That is that, and let's select this image. So we're going to be doing the eyelash. So right click, clipping mask. Select this image. So over here, I applied the stroke effect on the shape. So let's go to the FX, the add layer style, and choose our stroke, and I applied the stroke effect. So quickly just hit on OK, and so I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to copy the layer style. And so when I come over here, I'm just going to paste that of the layer style in here. So I don't need to go and do that same process again by adding the stroke. So I just copy them. I'm going to right click, and we have paste layer style over here, and automatically we have the effect copied from this shape and pasted onto this shape. So I'm going to do the same for this tall rectangle shape as well. Right click and let's say paste layer style. So that is that for the shape. Now that we've gotten our images out of the way, the next thing that we need to work on is our text. So over here, the name we are using for the design is 3B's Glamour. And I'm going to copy this, and I'll be working with the text by name Big Shoulder. So quickly, let's come to our character panel over here. If you can't find the character panel, just head on to the Windows tab, that is this, and look for character, that is C. So we have the character panel. So automatically when I click on it, it's there for me. So I'm going to increase the font size to something huge. So let me click and drag this guy to increase this way. And I don't want the orientation of the text. It was left, it was right aligned. So I just took it to left aligned. And I'm working with the font style, that is Big Shoulder, Big Shoulders Display. So I'm just going to paste this guy over here, Control V. I copied it, so I'm going to paste it over here. And this should be in caps. So back to my character panel, I'm going to, turn this to cap. And I'm going to turn this to, let's say, extra bold. Let's change the color to something blending. Do you think blue would blend well? No, I don't think blue will work, since we have a lot of blue dominating over here. So I'm just going to, go with this color. I think this color works. So the hexa code is B24020. That is the hexa code. And I'm going to, increase the size. So we are done with the first test. Now, the next thing is to work with the other text. And with the other text, I'll be placing it on a rectangle shape. So I'm going to select my rectangle 2. And I'm going to draw the shape this way. I don't need a stroke, so I'm going to turn off the stroke. But I need a fill. So I don't know which fill to go in for. I think I've made some copy, and I think I'll go with this color. That is the header code is 5B0F2F. So I will go with this. And quickly, I'm just going to my text guys over here, and I'm just going to copy and drag, copy and paste this over here. So with my type, this time I'm not going to work with the big shoulders. I'm just going to work with either Montserrat or Poppins. So whichever is, oh sorry, I think I've made, okay, so I'm just going to type so I'm going to type in here, click in here, and let's change this to Montserrat. Not extra bold. This should be either medium or regular. And change the font size to something small. 14 is too small. So 48 is also too small. 72 is also too small. But I'm going to use it for now. So Control V, and let me paste the text that I copied. And with my Control key held, I'm just going to drag and place them up here this way. So I'm going to break them from the normal, and I'm going to Control A to select and center align them. So click and let me place them in the center, and let me still increase the font size to something visible. Okay, so having this, I'm going to apply a gradient layer on top of the text. So come to our add layer style over here, click on it, and let's choose gradient overlay. So I'm going to be applying a gold gradient to it. So there you have it. I've succeeded in adding the gold gradient to it. So let's hit on OK, and that is that for the services that the client provides. So quickly, I'm going to work on the other part of the things that we need to get on board the banner, which has to do with the location and the contact image, and one last image that I need to place here that has to do with the makeup brush stuffs and things like that. So there we have this one over here. So I'm just going to drag this guy and place it over here this way. So nicely, it's already transparent. so I don't need to work on the transparency again. Let's hit enter on our keyboard, and that is that for us. Now the next thing has to do with the location, which is equally here. So the location is Gomoa Abonyi. I hope I pronounced the name well. Control C, and with this I'll also be working with the big shoulder text. So I'm going to be placing the big shoulder with my type 2 selected. I'm going to input locate as at, and that one is going to be something small, and I'm going to paste the location. So with this font color, I'm going to be using the color of my rectangle shape that I have over here, and with this one as well, it is going to be the same thing, but I'm going to maintain the font style for the locate as, but reduce the size a bit to something 60. Let me place it here up this way, and with the Gomoa, that is the location, Gomoa Benyi, I'm going to change the font style to big shoulders display, and with the size, sorry about that guys, and with the size I'm going to increase the size to something huge. The font weight, I'm going to make this bold. No, let me make it more extra bold. Good. And I'm going to reduce the size. That is that. So what I'll be doing next is to copy both these two guys. Hold my control key whilst I click on the second layer, and I'm going to do Control J to duplicate them. Control J, hold my shift key and drag them to the other side of the banner, so that will serve as the contact. So Control G, and let me rename this to contact, and let me select these two guys as well again. Control G, sorry about that guys, I don't know, my mouse is double clicking, I don't know why it's acting weird today. Control G, and I'm going to name this location. So quickly let me get my location, the contact. I think I need to get a new mouse, I don't know why it's acting weird, so I'm just going to change the location to the contact details. So, and the locate us to contact us rather. So this brings us to the end of today's video tutorial, but not so fast. Always make sure that once you are done with your design, you make sure you tidy up the layers panel. So quickly I need to do the tidying up, and with my 3B Glamour and expert in lasso, make sure you hold on Control key, and we need the shape as well, so Control G to grow. So these are my main, then so that is it. We've actually tidy up our layers panel. All right guys, so this brings us to the end of today's video tutorial. If you really enjoyed yourself, please do well to give this video a like, and make sure to check my other videos as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and when you do, please make sure to turn the bell icon so you don't miss out anytime I release new videos. Until I come your way next time, it is still BlabenSolutions, and remember, don't stop creating. I'm out.